Hello friends, I welcome you all for a lecture on assignment model. Basically this is the topic from the operations research. Now in assignment model we use Hungarian assignment method. But before that let us discuss what is assignment. So simply assignment is nothing but the allocation of resources. So what are these resources? Suppose we are working in a manufacturing industry and if there is one machine and one operator, simply we can ask him to perform his job on that machine. But if there are two operators or three operators and respectively two and three machines, so simply if you ask them randomly to perform the job on each machine, job will be of the same type, but here the problem cannot be solved simply by giving them one machine randomly. So here we have to make the concrete decision, that is scientific decision. We have to prove which machine should be assigned to which of the workers. So how? So Hungarian assignment method gives us the solution. Now if there are suppose two machines and two workers, so what we will do, we will prepare certain observation table with respect to time consumed by the worker for processing of each job on each of the machines. So for two workers and two machines there will be total 4 readings. Similarly for three workers and three machines there will be 9 readings, and we can put these observations in a square matrix. So we can solve this matrix. But how? Let us discuss first the brief history about this assignment model. Now what is assignment problem or assignment model? It was developed and published in 1955 by Harald Kuhn, who gave the name Hungarian method, because the main inventors, or it was the work of the two Hungarian mathematicians, Denis Konig and Jano Egervary. So they had developed one algorithm which was very helpful. So why it was helpful, let us discuss in the next slide. So it is said that assignment model or assignment problem is a subset of transportation problem, or it is a case of transportation problem where objective is to assign a number of resources to an equal number of activities at minimum cost or maximum profit. So this Hungarian method of assignment is one of the optimization techniques where our objective is either to maximize or minimize the quantities based on our intention. So there are some examples quoted here. Assignment of n tasks to n facilities. So you can keep in mind that whenever we solve a problem, it requires a square matrix. So it is called as balanced assignment problems. So we note here Hungarian assignment method is applicable to only square matrix, that is balanced assignment problems. So where the problem of assignment arises, these are the examples. We may have to assign certain jobs to machines, assignment of workers to machines, jobs to workers, assignment of vehicles to different routes based on their mileage, distance or time required, assignment of products to factories, sales personnel to different sales areas. So these are the examples where assignment problem arises. Now what are the requirements to obtain a solution? To arrive at the solution, this problem requires the equal number of rows and columns. So this is the case of balanced assignment problem. If the number of tasks that need to be done or exceeds the number of resources available, a dummy row or column just needs to be added as the case may be. So this is a case of unbalanced assignment problem. Here, if number of rows are more than the number of columns, or number of columns are more than number of rows, it is a case of unbalanced assignment problem. So in that case, we have to add whichever is less in number. If the number of rows are less, we have to add dummy rows with the values 0 cost. Or if number of columns are less than the number of rows, then in that case we have to add dummy columns with 0 cost elements. So by adding a dummy row or column in an unbalanced matrix, it converts our unbalanced matrix into square matrix. That means the conversion of unbalanced matrix into balanced matrix. As the dummy row or column is non-existent, hence the value can be entered as zeros. So if we add here a dummy row or dummy column, it doesn't have any effect on your final solution. Now, why we should prefer Hungarian assignment method? Why we should prefer Hungarian assignment method? Because there are certain issues why we should use Hungarian method. Suppose we take here a case of 2 operators, 2 machines. So if we allow the worker to process the same job on the 2 machines P and Q, so if we allow worker A to process same type of job on machines P and Q, we will get 2 observations here. Similarly, if we allow operator B to process the same type job on the same machines P and Q, we will get again 2 observations. So here we get here 4 observations. Now, if our objective is to minimize the total processing time, so how many combinations are possible? First, we will assign A to P and B to Q. This is first combination. The second combination possible is A to Q and B to P. So these are the 2 combinations possible, and with these combinations we have to determine what is total time required, and the time which combination gives minimum, that is our final answer. So if matrix size is less, we can calculate in our general mathematical method. But if there are 3 machines and 3 operators, so in that case we will get 9 observations. So how now 9 observations? If we allow each of the operator to process same type of job on these 3 machines, so 3 into 3 we will get 9 observations. Now how many combinations are possible? If we try iterations, A to P, B to Q, C to R, this is one of the combinations. Second combination may be A to P, B to R, C to Q. So such combinations are possible. How many combinations are possible? Here 6 combinations. So similarly, if you try for n by n matrix, that means n resources, n activities, so huge number of combinations will be possible, and out of that we have to determine our objective value. Therefore this is very tedious, time consuming, but Hungarian assignment method gives us a very fast solution and quick solution. Also this is very easy to understand. Now let us come towards the Hungarian assignment method. Hungarian assignment method is more efficient method of finding optimal solution to the assignment problems. As we have said that this method is very fast and quick. It gives us a quick solution, and it works on the principle of reducing the cost matrix into a matrix of opportunity loss. Hence it is called as reduced matrix method. By each and every step we are reducing the matrix. So it is called reducing the matrix by certain row operation, column operation, or some basic mathematics. So it is called as reduced matrix method, as it involves a rapid reduction of original matrix and finding at least one zero in each row and column, which results in optimal solution. So to reach at the optimal solution, this method takes the basis of obtaining at least one zero in each row and in each column. Now, what is Hungarian assignment method? Now let us discuss the steps involved in this method quickly here. Now, once the original problem is given to us, we have to perform certain operations based on the observations. So step 1 is the develop the cost table from the given problem. That means here from the methodology of OR, the step number 4 we have to perform here. If the number of rows are not equal to the number of columns, a dummy row or dummy column must be added so that the cost table becomes a square matrix. Those costs for dummy cells are always 0. So what is its meaning? Its meaning is that if a problem is unbalanced, we have to balance it. And if the problem is balanced assignment problem, let us go to the next step. The step 2 is, here we have to determine a smallest element in each row and subtract that element from each of the row elements. Once we get the row subtraction, we have to go to the column subtraction, where from the previous table we have to again obtain the smallest matrix from smallest element from each of the columns and subtract again from each of the column elements. Here these steps are explained. Make assignment in the cost matrix. So these steps we will follow in the next problem, where once we perform row and column operation, we get at least 1 0 in each row and column. So here our rule is find out a row which has only 1 0 and make a square around it, and for each 0 value that becomes assigned, strike out all the other zeros in the same row or column, and we have to continue this unless and until either all the zeros are either assigned or crossed. So here our inspection is more important, and if there are multiple zeros in certain rows or columns, then we have to make the assignment randomly here, and we have to continue this process until all the zeros in rows or columns are either enclosed or struck off, that is crossed out. So if the number of here important point is, if the number of assignment is equal to number of rows or columns, then the solution is optimal and we have to stop here. This is most important thing. If the number of assignments are equal to number of rows or columns, then we have to stop there and we have to calculate our objective value. And if this condition is not met, that means if the solution is non-optimal, we have to proceed to the step 6. So what is step 6? We have to draw the minimum number of lines, horizontal or vertical lines, to cover all the zeros. So this is important concept of drawing the number of horizontal and vertical lines. So rules are mentioned here. You go through the rules, you write down, and in the next lecture we will cover this kind of problem here. After drawing the lines, we have to develop a new matrix based on these rules. So based on the uncovered elements and covered elements and having the intersection of lines, we have to plot a new table, and then we have to make assignments and check for optimality. And these steps we have to proceed up to step number 7 till solution is reached. So thank you for watching this video. Let us cover a problem in the next lecture.